Sorry guys, it stopped recording for some reason. So just do all your score lines and glue down your pockets. If this is too small of a hinge for you, you can add a larger hinge. But it's pretty secure. It's not gonna, it'll do what it needs to do. Glue down your sides. I'm not pretty perfect with the glue. It'll get glued. This is amazing glue. Alrighty. So now we have our third pocket, which is our outside pocket, and it'll fit in that way. Look at how cute that is. These are so cute. I don't know why that happened, but I must have scored something wrong. And that was the second sheet, the one that I forgot to cut off on the 10 inches. I probably didn't score it straight, but now we're going to get ready to mark mark the area for our binding. So what you're going to do, I need a needle actually. Needle and my scoreboard. So we're going to get our first sheet, and I have my Tim Holtz ruler. You're going to find the center. For this one, it's 3 3/4 of an inch. I fold it up so that I can butt my ruler up against the center. Okay, 3 3/4 of an inch. You are going to poke holes at 1 inch on both sides, or make a dot. If you can't go all the way through, just mark where you need to make a hole, and then at 3 inches. If the needle didn't go all the way, or the paper piercer, whatever you're using, if it didn't go all the way through, just make sure to go back and just kind of reinforce it. You need to be able to see them, and they need to be big enough to put the needle and the ribbon through. And do the same thing for your second sheet. Find your center, 3 3/4. Now for this one, you have a 1/4 inch gap. So you're going to bring it up to the first score. Here is my second score right up here. You're going to bring it up to the first score, find your center there, and then within the 1/4 inch gap, you need to find that center. I eyeball it. So here is center, and we need to poke holes at 1 inch and 3 inches. So at the 1 inch, find the center, mark it. 3 inches, find the center within the 1/4 inch, mark it. And the same thing for this side. 1 inch, find the center. 3 inches, find the center within the 1/4 inch, mark it. So what we have is, here's our 1/4 inch. Actually, I'm off a little bit, so it's okay. I'll fix that. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hope you can see that. And now your last folder. Do the same thing you did with the second one. Bring it up to the first score. So my second score is right up here. Find your center there. Okay, and then the center here is already marked with the 1/4 inch. So just mark that at 3. Won't go through. Make sure you mark it. 1, and then again at 1 and 3. Okay, so if I did this correctly, they should all align perfectly. So now, this is what I'll be using to run my ribbon through here. And this is the ribbon that I will be using. You need 2.5 lengths of the ribbon. So there's 1, 2, and a half. Hope my battery doesn't die. And charge it all the way. Okay, so you're going to gather all of your folders and you're going to start from the top outside and you're going to run your needle through all of the holes, the first hole up top. Leave a little bit of a tail at the end because you'll need to tie it off. Okay. Now we're going to go back in to your second hole. There we go. All even, thank goodness. Go back in on the third hole. Again, all even. And then you're going to go back out on the last hole here. This is like the simplest binding, and if you can figure out, I mean, you can do, if you don't want this pocket, by the way, you don't have to do it. Okay, so we're going to make this taut. So this is the outside, here's the inside, and here's the outside. You're going to go back in on third hole down. So now that you're on the inside, you're going to go back out with the second hole down. I don't want to go through the ribbon. And that's it. Make them taut, pull them tight, and you just tie it off. And it's as simple as that with this binding. I love this binding. Did I tell you I love this binding? Because I really love this binding. And you can use more than one ribbon if you wanted to make it multicolor. And there we have it. You can add more ribbon, your charms, cut those off, make them even. And that is the inside. Right there. When I started this album, it did open up a little bit, but the paper weighs it down, so it closes it up pretty nicely. There you have it. Here's your album. The next video that I post will be, actually I should go over the measurements for the papers now since I have them already pre-cut. You're going to use, might as well just do it all in one video. You're going to use 10, I use 10 sheets of 12 by 12 cardstock. And I have all of my paper cut. So I'm just going to use a mock one here. The striped ones are the ones that I wrote measurements on. Okay. So these are the 3 pieces that you would be needing. They're not going to go on the same sheet, but just for measurement purposes. This one is going to be cut at 5 7/8 by 7 3/8, and this will fit all of the large sides, the side pages, with no pockets. It'll fit perfectly. This one, which would be the panel here, would be cut at 2 3/8 by 5 7/8, and it'll fit here. And this is the inside pocket there. It's going to be cut at 5 1/2 by 5 13/16, and this is going to go inside here. I didn't cut it all the way down because, you know, no one's going to see anything down there. And it'll go like so. And you just glue them all down. And how I cut it was five 5 7/8.